of new school gaming. Whitedown L2P presents The Old School Gamer.
Hey everybody, it's Clay, the Old School Gamer, and well, it is just around the corner, the release of Gears of War 3 coming out on the 20th. I plan on being there for that midnight release to pick up my copy that evening and hopefully get some gameplay and be able to bring you a first impressions review the following day. But before I get to that, I wanted to bring you my final look at Gears of War 2. And what we're going to be looking at today is the multiplayer. Now, if you've seen my previous videos on the Gears of War 2 game, you'll notice my campaign. I mentioned that I played it on easy, and one of the things that I had problems with was, of course, getting used to the controls and the movements. And I said that don't worry about it, guys. You know, you get used to it, and you'll be fine. And it is 100% true whenever you're playing that game on easy. But whenever you go into the multiplayer, all of a sudden, this ability to be able to move fluid and smooth becomes a key component to being successful at the game. And so it really becomes challenging, and for all the multiplayer game that I played, definitely movement and being able to move from place to place and wall bouncing and getting on target, and it all became I could tell I needed a lot of practice. And although multiplayer is I had a great time, it is very difficult and definitely takes more than a noob player. It's hard to jump in and just go on and be good. I don't know, maybe Mark of J could do it, but for me, I had a difficult time. So what I've done is I've kind of sliced up some of my gameplay and brought it here to you to see different parts of the game types that are available. I played all of them, some of them more than others, and some of them I enjoyed more than others, but I'm going to go ahead and go over all the 6 different game types and then kind of give you my final thoughts on multiplayer in general and Gears of War in general, which the campaign and everything, you all, if you've seen my previous videos, you should know how I feel about these games. Very good. But so anyway, all these games, all of the multiplayer game types are really highly dependent on three basic things, and the one I already mentioned is the ability to move and navigate the maps with ease. This is a very key component to being able to be successful on this multiplayer. Number 2 is knowing the layout of the maps and know where to find grenades and power weapons. You know, whenever I was playing, I would just get annihilated by these guys that had these power weapons, and to know where to find them and rush to those areas of the map first it gives you a huge leg up on everybody else. Doesn't necessarily mean the game's over if the opposing team picks up power weapons, but man, they definitely do help. Number 3 is knowing the objective of the game type that you're playing and how the best way to get points and help your team win is. Now, for like I said, a new player like myself, there isn't any description on what these game types are, and I really wish that there was just at least a little bit of a description so I knew what I was getting myself into whenever I was going into these game types. And it was one of those things where I had to learn it kind of as I was going and as the game was taking place, and I just learned it the hard way most of the time. Anyway, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different game types that you can play on the multiplayer selection. And the first one that I played, and probably the one I played the most just because it was at the top of the list, is Warzone. And this is basically kind of like the last man standing. So if you ever played Counter-Strike, the games would last where you know, one team, the first team to basically wipe out the other team would win that round, and then you would go and start all over. This game is a game of up to 5 matches. The first team to win 5 matches wins the game, and you know, it's fun. But for a noob like me, you know, I spent most of the time sitting on the sidelines and watching the other players take the rest of the teams out and either win the game or lose the game. But once you're out just spectating for the rest of the round. So Warzone's fun. It's like I said, it's just kind of like a eliminate any and everything that comes to you. The next one was Annex, and this seemed kind of like a headquarters from Call of Duty. There was a waypoint, and the waypoint had a power weapon. I don't know if there was a power weapon in the middle of that you could pick up, or if you captured it, you got a power weapon. But there was a waypoint to a power weapon, and there was like a ring around that area. And from the best I could figure out, your team would actually capture that arena and to receive points for the time it was held. The difference between headquarters and Annex was, unlike headquarters, the opposing team could recapture the point to begin to gain points for their team. Now the first team, each match was played up to 180 points, and the first team to win 2 matches won the game. The next one was King of the Hill, and this was like Annex, but the waypoint never changed. Your team would basically go and capture a waypoint, holding it for as long as possible. And the first team to get to 120 points won that match, and the first team that actually won 2 matches would win the game. The next one was Guardian, and from what the deal was this was each, and this was kind of a cool game type. If I went back, I mean, I thought this one was pretty cool. But each team is given a leader, and basically it's kind of like Warzone, except until the leader is killed, you continuously respawn. So if I was to go out and be playing and I got killed, and I would immediately, it'd be a little delay, but I would respawn and go back to killing the opposing team. Well, as soon as the leader is killed, you stop your respawns. So it's basically like you wipe the other team out, but in order to wipe the other team out, you first have to take out their leader. It was a lot of fun. The first team to eliminate to win 3 different matches, they were the one that would win the game. Then the next one is Submission, and it was kind of like a capture the flag type game, except it had a little twist. There was a human AI in there, and they were very ill-tempered and wanted to shoot any and everything that got close to them. But the objective was you actually have to shoot and take down that AI, and once you shot and took down the AI, you can pick them up and use them kind of as a meat shield, and you have to take them back to your base. This one was really confusing for me to figure out. I mean, like I said, there wasn't any description on what was going on or how to play, so whenever I jumped in, it took me a little while to figure out what was going on with Submission, but it did seem like it was a fun game type. And then the next one is Horde. The Horde is kind of like a Call of Duty Zombies. I mean, you basically, you can play with up to 5 team members, and these waves of locusts just continue to come at you and come at you and come at you. And it was okay. Yeah, it's fine. Not one that I would consider really playing again, but I mean, I could see how it would be fun to some people. So then the last one was a Wingman, and I guess this is kind of Gears' twisted version of free-for-all in a way. Basically, you are grouped with another person, and the 2 of you go at it. And I actually did not play Wingman. That was the only game type that I did not play. But from what I've looked at and from what I've read, that's basically the gist of that game type. All in all, guys, I really I'm surprised how much I've liked the Gears of War multiplayer. I'm looking forward to trying the multiplayer on Gears of War 3, see what kind of changes they've made. All in all, Gears of War 2 is absolutely a blast. I can see why Gears of War 1, there was a sequel to Gears of War, and they continue to make sequels. It is an awesome franchise, an awesome bit of games. For anybody that's got an Xbox 360, I would highly suggest picking it up. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the clips. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed the commentary and this look at the multiplayer of Gears of War 2. I look forward to bringing you some gameplay of Gears of War 3, guys. Until the next time, this is the Old School Gamer. I am out. Have a pleasant day. Peace.